Orun Boborisha for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm iiiYansaje to Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ekule. Good evening to you all, and I hope you had a relaxing and marvelous Sunday. It's 12 minutes past your 9 o'clock hour, and it's time for your nightly mystic forecast. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, the mother of the mothership, bringing you all the music, the mystics, and the mojo on your sun-ruled, Obatala-venerated Sunday. And yes, this is the day that Leos get to do the most, especially during our season. Because why? Sunday is ruled by the sun, and the sun also rules Leo. So Sundays are your days to be extra, all you cat people out there, even if it isn't your zodiac season. In lieu of that, this treat was only for those that were listening over the mothership's airwaves. That was a double play from Elton John and Lebo M with Circle of Life from the 1995 motion picture soundtrack of Disney's The Lion King. Then Le Bohème with He Lives in You from the Lion King soundtrack part 2. So yes, I am turning it up for the cat people and doing the most. Sunday is the day the Most High rested. So those of you busy bee workaholics out there, keep in mind that even God took a day off. Wouldn't hurt you to do the same. Ibashe Ojo Aiku. Aiku means longevity, and it's interesting that longevity falls on the day of rest. You are going to have, you're going to have to take some time to rest. I'm broadcasting live from my YouTube channel, so if you aren't already, go ahead and send a sister some stars. Like, share, subscribe, follow, and all of that other good social media stuff. Send me some stars on the Facebook pages, 222.9 The Mothership, and my Sundaily space, the Alabaster Divine. And that space is going to get real interesting. Y'all just going to have to beam up. Follow the entire iiiYansaje Muse orbit on social media, and I got one click to get you through the whole circle. Absolutely. I'm also on my Twitter accounts. I'm finally making my little blue bird sing and make some noise. Now that I'm done with a lot of the underground work, y'all will be seeing a lot more of moi on the surface. But it's all dedicated to your mystic education, to your positive vibration raising, and to keep you aligned as one star seed nation under a planetary groove. All day today on 222.9 The Mothership, 24/7 internet radio, and veneration to Obatala and the ancestors. I had gospel music and smooth jazz all day long. So if you're enjoying this program, don't limit yourself to just one peach on the tree, because this is just 1 hour out of a whole 24 rotation. Check it out. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. Rest, restore, reflect, purify, gospel, white, old-time religion. Ibasheo Batala, Ibasheo Rumila, sermons, humility. Welcome to Sundays on the Mothership. Ashe. Whites, golds, earth tone pastels, sun energy, iiiYansa's glass gourd bottle art, sun-inspired healing stone jewelry, Holy Scripture-inspired gifts, ebooks, essays, alabaster divine online courses, and other handmade mystic oddities. It's all inside the Mothership Mystic Boutique, the Sun Collection. Make a piece of it yours today. Ashe. And we're back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I'm iiiYansaje Muse, the mother of the mothership, bringing you the mystics, the music, and the mojo on 222.9, the mothership internet radio. So we're recapping the energies of Sunday because you got about 2 hours and some change to still make the most of this energy. Before the clock strikes 12, the moon is at its highest, the sun passes the baton to the moon, and Obatala passes it on to Yemaja as we shift into the birthing of a new 7-day cycle that we call a week. It is Leo season, but we're going to get to that in a minute. It is July 30th, 2023, and I titled tonight's show Strong FUNFUN because there's a double 8, double Obatala energy going on today. Why? Because in many traditions of Ifa Orisha culture, Obatala rules the day Sunday, and Obatala is the king of the Orisha. And why is he the king? Because he represents patience, humility, perseverance, and a cool head. Tutu Ori, a cool head, conquers all things and all situations. The daily numerology vibes on in 8, so there's your double 8, double Obatala energy, because 8 is the number of infinity. And 8 is also the number sacred to Obatala in Orisha culture. So today is a very, very strong night. I say a day, but this is a good day for purification. This is a very strong night to balance, if that makes sense. Cleanse everything off of you that's keeping you from your humility. Allow your ego to suffer the casualties that it needs to in order for your spirit to grow. It is the 6th sun's day of summer solstice and the 2nd of Leo season. And get this, tonight, the moon is waxing in the 10th house of Capricorn. And with the moon waxing in the 10th house of Capricorn, that's an increase in dealing with the energy surrounding power, carnal, discipline, and all of those things. And it's interesting that the moon is waxing tonight in Capricorn with its ruling planet Saturn in retrograde. Now what does that mean for tonight's moon? In the essence of rest, restoration, and purification, you really want to regress your carnal energy because Saturn is moving backwards. And the moon waxing tonight in Capricorn can really help you increase the awareness of that energy so that you can bring a proper balance to it and strive for the FUNFUN, or the purity of spirit. FUNFUN means white cloth, and that means purification, being in spirit. So allow yourself to take your Sundays to rest, to reflect, to give thanks for all of your blessings, and to recharge and restore up and prepare for a new 7-day cycle, which starts tomorrow. I'm iiiYansaje Muse. This is your nightly mystic forecast. And when I come back, we're going to talk about the quasars. Beam up.
Sunday, 7th way. Soak rays resting, manifesting lessons of 6 days gone by. Give thanks as the sun fills the sky with purity for you and me to soak, sending impurity to evaporate like bad habits. New life ahead, the Sabbath, past the black-eyed peas and the cabbage, and master rest time. Even the absolute divine took before beginning at moon days. 1. Sunday, 7th day, 7 ways to rest. An iiiYansaje Muse short poem. Love and light to all passengers aboard the mothership. Sundays in many spiritual denominations is the day of the Sabbath, the day of rest and reflection, the day the Most High His herself rested after 6 days of creation. In general mystics, Sunday is of course the day ruled by the sun, the burning star that charges all. Sundays are also sacred to the Orisha Obatala and many traditions of African spirituality. One of Obatala's favorite ademus is the coconut, so let's crack one open and relax. Join me each and every Sunday for some coconut jazz, 2 hours of smooth jazz tunes to enhance your rest and reflect day, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, only on your Mystic Haven on the airwaves, 222.9, the mothership. Beam up.
And we're back. Those of you that are listening over the mothership's airwaves are also listening to the sounds of Kirk Whalum's God Must Have Spent a Little More Time on You. I certainly hope you really feel that and believe that, because God made each and every one of us in her own unique design. But it's up to you to explore and discover that design so that you can apply it to your highest cause, your highest destiny, and learn all about the way the Most High Olodumare designed you and what the divine purpose is for that. And when you do that, honey, that's when you're living. It is Sunday, July 30th, and if you were born on this day, happy solar return. And may the ancestors Orishas, Ifa, bless you with many more filled with Bobo Ire. That's many blessings for those of you that don't practice Orisha tradition. If you were born on today, you have definite likes and definite dislikes. Sounds like whoever wrote this was talking about a Leo male. Anyway, you make few friends, which is a good thing, but those few are real and loyal to you. You are ambitious, energetic, and persevering, and you adapt yourself readily to every necessity. You are demonstrative in your great love of your family. Your interests center around your home and your dear ones. So, those of you that have somebody in your life born on July 30th, you hold on to that blessing tight, because that sounds like a good person to have in your life. Of course, as long as they're keeping that energy balance. And those of you that are in the other 11 houses, you make sure you let me and every other Leo you know turn up in our season, because it is Leo season. We're in the second to the last day of Leo's first decan before we shift into the second decan. And the mother of the mothership's solar return is on Tools Day, August 1st, where the full moon falls on Aquarius. And I'm going to be over here turning all the way up, honey. So make sure you beamed up to the mothership, because I'd rather be heard than seen. So you get to see me for 1 hour, but if you want to hear me for 24, beam up to the mothership. Ooh. In the Kemetic way of the stars, we are in the season of Bast, the cat goddess, and in the African way of the stars, the 12 figures of African spirituality, we are in the season of the witch and the judge. Fire, fire all around. Are you going to use it to cook or burn the village down? Hey, that rhymes. Gotta go write that down. Anywho, of course, we are still in the midst of 4 planetary retrogrades. So, if you are a Scorpio, your planet's going to be moving backwards till October the 11th. That's Pluto retrograde, retrograding in the house of Aquarius. So, your subtle changes are going to be challenging what you think you know, because Aquarius is the house of knowing, and Pluto is the planet of regeneration. So, with regenerating, sometimes we have to shed old things in order to embrace new ones, and Pluto is here to help you do that on a small level, on a subtle level. So, any of those little subtleties that are challenging your Ori, let those small changes happen, because small things lead to big things. So, embrace your transformation, close old chapters, end old relationships, and stop everything that's starting you from being the highest and better version of yourself. Ashe, Ashe. Listen up, Capricorns and Aquarians. Saturn is in retrograde, so y'all's energy is going to be a little trippy until November 4th, when in on June 17th in the house of Pisces, and that's the house of belief. So belief can find itself at a challenge with Saturn being the trickster energy planet of karma and discipline and power and carnal balance and all of those things. So while that planet is in retrograde, you want to do important life lessons. Pay attention to those deeper crossroads. Keep your priorities in check. Know the rewards for self-mastery, self-discipline, and deep self-expression. So, if you are close to anyone in those areas, then you might want to give those people a little bit of room to breathe. Also, those of you that practice Orisha tradition, Pluto retrogrades are a good time to make an offering to Ogun, and Saturn retrogrades is a good time to pray, meditate, or make an offering to Eshu and Babaluae. Neptune is in retrograde as well, and I feel this is the strongest one that's going on because Neptune is retrograding in its strongest house, Pisces. So Piscean people, oh, get them babies a break, because this I wouldn't say it's hard, but this retrograde is a lot more challenging for Pisces people than it is for everybody else. One, because it's in their house. Two, because we're shifting from the Piscean age into the age of Aquarius. So a lot of that energy is shifting and going on. Now, Neptune is the planet of divine compassion, ideals, and spirituality. And that's going to be going on from June 30th until December 6th. During Neptune's retrograde, be mindful of delusionism, meaning stop selling yourself fantasies and entitlement, lack of accountability, and delusionism all go hand in hand. So everything you are delusional about, you will be challenged. Stay grounded to avoid escapism. Avoid disconnection from being grounded from your loved ones and the things that keep you present in the moment. Because this isn't quite the time that you want to kind of get too lost in your own thoughts. Because with Neptune moving backwards, that can serve up a lot of things in your head that might not need to be there. Avoid vices, as they too are a form of escapism, and we don't want that. Neptune's little sister, Venus, is also in retrograde and will be so from July 23rd until September 4th in the house of Leo. So this Venus retrograde is challenging our willpower, right? Right. So if you ain't locked it down before the 23rd, this is not the time to start a new relationship, not a good time to plan a wedding, not a good time for cosmetic surgeries or new tattoos. You might come back botched. Not a good time for spending on frivolous things, because Venus wants you to spend some time loving on what you already got. And why is it not a good time to start new relationships? Because the ex has come back from all the woodworks to teach you the lessons, to make sure you reflect, close those chapters before you head into the next level. And for some of you, your ex will be returning to your life to reconcile. So be ready to challenge yourself and get it right the second time. And if those of you that need a more personal clarity, I'm definitely available. I will be available tomorrow from 12:30 noon until 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to do phone readings and chat sessions. I also have readings available by email if you would like to participate in that as well. Venus retrograde energy affects the most Tauruses and Libras. So those of you who are members of these zodiac signs or are close to people to them, the planetary retrogrades are there to help them and to help you. You see what I'm saying? But not to brag, but us Leos don't have that problem, because you see, we are ruled by the sun, and the sun never ever retrogrades. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. When I come back, we're going to get to your nightly oracle card reading. Ashe. Before sight. Before sight of shells, there were stanzas, stanzas of my soliloquies. Before sight, Before sight of wisdom, before sight of worship, there was only my written word, Afoshe. Before sight of divination, before sight of Dafa, there were diaries, diaries in dozens. Before sight of revelation, before sight of reason, there were only my rhapsodomancies of rhyme, rearranged to rhythms of my lipstick-kissed alchemy, alchemies of my depths, my valleys, my mountains, my visions, my empathies, my testimonies, my joys, my sorrows, my love. Before sight of awakening, before sight of airwaves, before sight of anointing, there were archives of my allegories. Before sight of clarity, before sight of conversion and clergy call, there were collections of my ink prints. Before sight of prophecy, before sight of priestesshood, there was poetry, poetries that bear my fruit. There was me. Love and light, and we're back. So those of you that are listening from the mothership's airwaves, this is where you get to just listen and imagine. Those of you that are watching on the videos are the ones that get to see my oracle deck. And those of you that are watching from Instagram get to watch me drop cards and sip water and all the behind the scenes things it takes to make these shows go smoothly. So, shout out to Lazarus Lamel. Thank you for joining me tonight. And he has some frequencies and things that he's doing to raise the universal vibration. So I just posted him this comment here so that y'all can click on his Facebook and see what he got to give you. And I'm also going to shout out my sister Ohima, my sister from another Mr. Ohima. Yes, Zai Santewa. Agoji Wusu. Anyways, inside joke. Tonight's card is limitless. And that's so divinely aligned with that double scoop of double 8 energy. Why? Because 8 is the number of infinity. And infinite energy is limitless. So the message of this card is, in lieu of avoiding the delusionism of Neptune's retrograde, understand that the Most High is the only reality. Everything else is illusion by agreement. Right? Right. Limitlessness challenges you to look at your own beliefs and how they limit you or how they enhance you. And once you allow yourself to make those subtle changes, the ones Pluto retrograde came to bring, you allow yourself to be limitless. But be mindful, because the more limits you remove, the more discipline you'll need to keep you from going through the wrong doors. And then all the doors of the higher paths will be open to you once that limitlessness is properly channeled and balanced between your ego and your spirit. That's about it for this. Those of you that are listening on the mothership's airwaves, in 20 minutes time, the clock will shift to 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, and y'all will get a peek into my vision of what love looks like on a Sunday. And what does love look like on a Sunday? Very different than a Saturday night. You know, last night I got a little raunchy with the old school love jams. But tonight, this is more wedding type of love. Universal kind of love. Long lasting, selfless. Grandma, grandpa, blue lights in the basement kind of love. You'll have to stick around to find out. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. Ashe. All this spiritual stuff, you need somebody to just make it plain. Are you trying to divinely align? Are you a starseed? Are you too busy building the kingdom, building the queendom to come for all the madness going on in the world today? Methods of emotional healing? Are you taking your first steps down your spiritual path? Want a more practical understanding of the Orisha? Do animals seem to communicate with you? Do you need to sort out some things about love? Do you see numbers? Spiritual science? Need somebody to just make it plain? Does your love for esoteric wisdom coin you a student of life? Do you like wisdom in poetic bars? Are you ready to debunk the spookism behind ancestor veneration? Want to learn how to make medicine? Want to learn about different tools of divination? Tantric spiritual sex secrets? Ways to utilize each and every moon? Do you walk the road less traveled? Are you considered strange by society? Are you discovering your spiritual gifts? Do you want to taste the power of words through incantation? Do you want to get into some unorthodox Bible teachings? Do you dream often? Do you long to explore the secrets of the earth's endless mysteries? Do you study the stars? Do you need tips on building good character? Do you want to know more about how to interpret dreams? Do you love some good literature? Need somebody to just make it plain? Then indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. And indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. And indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. The art of spirituality in iiiYansaje Muse's Orbit. iiiYansaje Muse's Orbit is a monthly subscription service that features free and exclusive content dedicated to your versatile, well-rounded, deeper understanding of spirituality. It comes from all angles, teaches all kinds of lessons, and it cooks like a gumbo, a whole bunch of different spiritual ingredients and one spiritually flavorful soup. And let that soup feed your soul and enhance your highest spiritual life. It even features an opportunity to have a one-on-one counseling session with yours truly. So don't get left behind. Get beamed up to the orbit. All proceeds go to 222.9 The Mothership Mystic Internet Radio. Sign up for the 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio email list to stay in the exclusive loop of what's going on in the orbit. Ashe. In iiiYansaje Muse's Orbit. High-level spiritual wisdom. Fully flavored with no holds barred.
Did you find purity, rest, and reflection and alabaster divine? Then you'll love it on my cosmic beachside with Mother Blue Hues. Meet me there tomorrow. That's www.poeticallymused.org/Mother Blue Hues. That's poeticallymused.org/MOTHERBLUHUES. Ashe.
And we're back. So, moon days here on the mothership start at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time with sleep meditation dedicated to cleansing and clearing your throat chakra. Moon Day, July 31st, 2023, vibes on at 18-9, so we call it a last number, last day of the month. Yemoja and Oya join forces, and that feels like a tsunami of energy just waiting to happen. It's the 6th moon day of summer solstice and the 2nd moon day of Leo season. The moon will be waxing in Leo's opposite, Aquarius. So you have Saturn energy, Uranus energy, moon and sun, along with 4 planets still in retrograde. And the moon energy is the day that starts the week. So as you go into moon day's energy, keep in mind that the energy that you set the tone in will set the tone for the rest of the week. So allow yourself to take a moment to give thanks to the Most High, your Ori, your ancestors, by any faith in which you practice. Anything that keeps you grounded with the divine and on a high road to good character is a good thing. But those of you that practice Orisha tradition, This is a good time to meditate on some Yamaja energy, make an offering, do a prayer, and ask her to provide the environment that you need to birth your new self, to birth a new week, and to birth a higher vibration. And you got 2 hours of Orisha music to help you from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time is the Rising Bimbe. And of course, I am available today for readings via phone, via chat, via email until 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time until it's time for the forecast. And we have the mothers of song all day long. Because of course, Yemaja is the mother of all Orishas. All living things come from the mother, so 222.9 the mothership is going to bring you the mothers of song each and every moon day. So those of you that are watching on the videos, make sure you check it out audio, because that's the real 24/7 groove. Check it out.
Blues? I don't sing 'em. I tranquilize in their hue. Now my mouth pours truth. And iiYansaje Muse, haiku. Moon talk, mother peace, found memories. Throat chakra healing, waters, blues, spirits, films, music, sea creature messages, guided meditations, poetry, mysteries of the wine dark sea, healing stones and shells, blue things, rhyme, iiYansa's glass portal, dreams and wisdom, cleansing, healing, it's all inside. Come on in. Every moon day on Mother Blue Hues with iiYansaje Muse.
Thank you for joining me for the forecast. I hope you gained something that you're able to apply and add to your spiritual journey, your spiritual teachings, and your overall higher vibration. Make sure you beam up to the groove, those of you that are old school lovers, for a 24/7 groove of the music, the mystics, and the mojo. Brought to you by yours truly, iiYansaje Muse. Also, if you are loving this program, make sure you do your part to show 222.9 the mothership some support in its first ever fun drive. And that link is in the pin site that I posted in the comment section. Remember, the sky is big enough for us all to be stars, so allow your star to shine bright. And in the words of George Clinton, free your mind and your ass will follow. I'm iiYansaje Muse, and this has been your forecast. Ashe, Bobo Ire, and may Oya bring you swift changes in the forms of cool breezes. Ashe.
Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9, the mothership. Beam up.